guys. Alright. I'll tell you what. Getting up and walking around. Yep. Nope. Feel worse now. That's not right. It's probably not good. But we'll, okay. That's a lot of links. We'll keep going here. I'm trying to get all the links through. Okay, I have the Starship video there. Put that there. I can't see chat just yet, fellas. You guys ever get the not sleep enough headaches? Yeah, I have a not sleep enough headache, and it's not good. We have to start with this. Is this the launch highlights? Yeah, we can watch that. That's fine. Yeah, I have a not sleep enough headache right now, and it hurts. It hurts bad. But I'll try to make do. Make do. Wait, what? Yeah, Vex. It's been a roller coaster of a couple of days, huh?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Sorry for your headache, man. Take it easy. Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Yeah, pretty much, Tessa. I'll just stream longer tomorrow. We'll talk about some space news and we'll go from there. Okay. All right. I got a good amount. Good amount of stuff here. Some Starship news there. So we'll start off with a couple of videos. The first one is coming from ULA. It's the NRO L82, or the L82 mission highlights. Here, check this out.
Recorded current time for MST first motion.
Roger.
ACS valve configuration preps are complete, ready for G2 isolation valve opening. Steps.
Roger. Yeah, motor seat.
At step 330, F-step
Cool.
complete, ready for hydraulic system activation.
Roger. Step 330, start hydraulic system preps.
NST has moved 25 feet clear of the launch vehicle. Step 270, launch table securing is complete.
I know what you mean.
Facility power configured to launch. Roger.
Step 420, MST is hard down at partition.
Roger. Launch director.
Launch vehicle is ready to launch.
Mission director.
You have permission to launch.
Five, four, three, two, one,
a shot.
Delta 4 Heavy rocket carrier NROL 82 mission with the National Reconnaissance Office.
Dude. It's such a nice looking rocket.
Vehicles now begun the pitch-over maneuver
My room rates look nominal.
and separation of the strap-on boost. We have Buco. We have stage separation.
Dude. Delta's better than Atlas. Fight me. I agree with you. I agree with you. I love Delta. This was like the new hotness when I was growing up. Guys, they went from Delta 2 to this. Like, that's no joke. Delta 3 looks better. It's got the same upper stage. Does that help? We don't talk about Delta 3, okay? Man, look at that launch complex. All I can see is the damn shuttle parts. Like how there's an indentation in the pad right there where the 3 shuttle engines would go. And then the flame duct goes down and it turns to the right, and this is the exit for the shuttle's exhaust. It's all I can see, man. All I see is the shuttle parts. Damn it. And then how about right here? The fire coming out of the SRB exhaust ducts. Ugh. Yeah, Swishio, it sucks, man. Delta can trace its lineage directly back to the early parts of the space program, which really does suck, man. And I like Delta. I think Delta's a great rocket. It's a freaking monster.
1 and
What is replacing Delta again? Vulcan?
liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta 4 Heavy rocket.
Oh. Perfect under expansion. Look at how crisp that is. Oh man, it's so. Привет, my pick. Как дела? That's the real travesty here. RS-68As. You guys see those engines? They put out 3,000 kilonewtons of thrust. 3,000 kilonewtons of thrust. That's 3 Merlin engines worth of thrust. At 400 seconds specific impulse. It's unbelievable. Good, now that I've seen that. Yeah, man. Oh. What a chonker of a rocket. We should be launching Orion on this thing. There, I said it.
Vehicles now begun the pitch-over maneuver and separation of the strap-on boost.
That's correct, Amena. Look at all the facilities. These are all former shuttle facilities. There's the SRB. The SRB integration building right there. Oh, man. It's time to make side boosters in mission mode. Freedom 10 would really look nice with some side boosters, wouldn't it, Wookie? How about we take Freedom 10 We just make it Freedom
Discovery,
1,
go at throttle up.
and we put 3 skippers down at the bottom with some CBCs. That's actually a really good idea. Is Delta 4 Heavy man rated? No, RS-68s weren't made with the man rating. Shame. Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine that, Thomas? That'd be pretty good. Freedom 10H. And then the RL10, this is an RL10B engine. Oh, they don't even, they don't show it, but this is a nozzle extension. The nozzle is on screws, and the screws kind of undo themselves, right? And then the nozzle moves out, and it hugs the RL10. And they have a huge nozzle extension, which is cool. Orion did fly on Delta 4. It did. It flew on EFT-1. Should have just kept doing that. We should have just kept doing that, you know? Did you see the rollout today? Novus, I was awake for that, man. That's why I'm doing space news right now. Speaking of orange rockets, bro. Oh, yeah. What makes an engine man rated? There's a whole set of criteria, tech. I mean, that's part of man rating like an entire booster. I don't, like, just off the top of my head, an engine would be man rated. So like with Delta, like engine out capability, abort zone, stuff like that. Like the engine, it needs to be built to a set of criteria to work with a launch vehicle to make it so humans don't die when they fly the thing, for the most part, dude. That's part of the reason why there's 4 RS-25s. There's 4 RS-25s here, and there's not 4 RS-68s. It would be nice if there was 4 RS-68s there, but we don't want to do that because we're going to put people on this thing eventually. Look at that, man. I watched the entire rollout with DOS, believe it or not. I started streaming it, and then they delayed it, and then I went to sleep, and about 10 minutes after I shut the stream off, they started moving it out, so I just watched it. I just watched it on NSF. It's awesome. Oh, so guys, this is a big deal, all right? It's a big deal. First of all, that thing's going into space, all right? It's going to fly into space. This is not like a mock-up or a prototype or anything. That's the real deal. That is the real thing. Second of all the parts for SLS, for the first SLS mission, all the parts are there. That was the last bit. That was the last bit of kit. Everything you see on this screen is at the Cape. All of it. The core stage was the last part. Yeah, nice picture of the nozzle extension. So, launch abort system, the Orion, the ESM, the European Service Module, that's all there. The ESM is fueled. They finished fueling it the other day. The adapters, the ICPS, which is a modified Delta 4 upper stage, believe it or not, that is there. It's been there since 2017. The LVSA arrived a couple months ago, and of course, they started stacking the SRBs inside of the high bay. And guess what? Guess what's right next to that? This. Bring back the swoosh. How quickly can they crank out another one of those? Spatuous Core Stage 2 is going to be done by the end of this year. It's about 40% completed right now. All the parts, so Spatuous, all the parts for Core Stage 2 are made. All the parts. They literally just got to put it together. But putting it together is going to take some time. It's going to take a second. Okay? It's going to take a second, but it won't take as much time as it took for them to put Core Stage 1 together, because now they have a handbook for how to do it. Guys, yeah, Core Stage 2 is going to be finished. Core Stage 2 is going to be finished. 2, not 1. 1's already there. Going to be finished by the end of this year. You picking up what I'm laying down here? How modified? It's so Hellfish, when they put Core Stage 1 together, they wrote the checklists as they went. And they figured out, they had like a baseline checklist, what they thought they needed to do, and then they actually went and put the damn thing together and figured out better ways to do it. Core Stage 2 is going to use that figure it out better ways to do it and do it better now that they're putting it together. And guess what, man? Things are going to be done by the end of this year. We're going to have another SLS ready to go by the end of this year. Just thought I'd put that out there. Like, okay, so the reason why I covered this, the reason why I'm bringing it up, the reason why, and no, this isn't another $30 billion speech, all right? Screw that. I don't need to do that today, okay? The reason why this is a big deal is because that was the last hurdle. You know when you're engineering a rocket in KSP and you're engineering it and you don't really get it right and then you modify and you fix things and then you build it and you're like, wow, we got a rocket there's so much stuff we could do with this thing. We made it over that hurdle with SLS now. So now it's not a question of, you know, oh, when's this ready? It's what we can do with this thing, man. Test launch when? End of the year, Admena. Are you going to the Cape for the first SLS launch? Yes. Guys, there's going to be another one ready by the end of this year, which means Artemis 2 could happen in 2022. And then guess what? By the time Artemis 2 flies, Core Stage 3 could be done. Guys, we're sitting pretty good right now, man. Do you work for NASA? OneNet, no, I don't. I've worked with them on stuff in the past, but I stream independently here on Twitch. But I teach people about spaceflight. That's my job here. I've worked with them on things before. I've hosted panels with them at TwitchCon, for what it's worth. That was fun. They were really cool. I like NASA. Will the Green Run be manned? If not, when manned? Artemis 2 should be the first manned mission, Swishio. You know what that means? With all those parts ready, they can't go back or cancel things. That's right, Supercraft. Well, we're past that. We're past that threshold. Ah, cool, man. You're super smart then. Yeah. Ned, I would still argue that I'm a friggin' caveman, dude, but these folks here don't seem to see that, but hey, whatever. North American Streaming Association. Yes, that's right, Driz. So, guys, now we're starting to build up an inventory of SLS parts. This will coalesce into the Artemis program. It's going to start going a lot faster than you think. Now he's a moron. I mean, that's what I just said. Pretty much 2020. It's a great day. It's a great day. Look at that thing. That's the biggest piece of spaceflight hardware ever manufactured by humanity, ever. Nothing is bigger than... No one single sub-assembly from any rocket is bigger than that thing. It's faster than you think. Knows. It will be faster than Starship? What do you mean faster, Alex? So be in the aisle for a hot minute while they do refurb. Yep. And speaking of all the things that we could do, check this out. So, I mean, BN1 is actually about the same size Supercraft, which is cool. What about Saturn V's first stage? It's about 2/3 the size of this thing, Wookie. SLS is freaking gigantic, dude. A Saturn V first stage is probably from here to there. It's a little bit wider, though. This is 8.4 meters. The Saturn V is 10 meters, 10 meter diameter. Yeah, and they will take the tape off and stuff, Novus, right? Yeah, man. This is nuts. It's so damn cool, Novus. It's so freaking cool. There it is. That's all. It's all the pieces. All there. It's all there, dude. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I was giddy. I was freaking nerding out, dude. Seeing that thing roll out. I was nerding the hell out. Oh, it's so freaking cool. Is Mobile Launcher 1 done? Yeah, Phil, of course. They're stacking. They stacked the SRBs on it. Look. Of course, it's not going to get me any of the pictures that I want. How about, you know what? How about we do VAB? Let's see if we can find some good pictures. There it is. See? Look. Well, it loaded up a picture from 2007, but yeah, the SRBs look like that. They're stacked in the high bay. Which is crazy. I'm telling you, all the parts are there, dudes. There's them putting the LVSA in there. That's the vehicle stage adapter that goes on top of the core stage right here. Well, the SRBs have been there since 2007? Yeah, right? So, the mobile launcher's finished. It's inside of High Bay 3, which is over here. This is High Bay 2 and 4. Alright. So, that's the big news for the day. Next thing coming up here is, well, so Bill Nelson had his Senate confirmation meeting today, and the Senate unanimously confirmed Bill Nelson to be NASA's next administrator. Wrapping up a whirlwind confirmation process that was vastly different from that experienced by his predecessor. It took Jim 6 months. Bill got confirmed in 3 weeks. So, the important thing here is unanimous consent. So I don't mean to talk too much Rule 8 here, but that means everyone in the Senate wants this guy there. Everyone. Not a majority, not a little bit more than a majority. No, unanimous consent. Everyone's like, yeah, that's a good idea. So, Jim was 51 to 49. That's right. So, guys, I mean, let's listen to what Bill has to say when he gives a speech or whatever, but also unanimous consent, man. That means Congress is on board with it. That basically signifies that Congress is on board with the Artemis program. Stuff's about to go down, dude. Stuff's about to go down, bro. I hope, man. Let's go. Does he need to prove himself first before you put him in the MCC? Bandit? Yes, he does. I want to listen. I really want to listen to him talk. I want to listen to him speak.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Sagittarian. Gifted 5 subs. Thank you very much. Oh, that picture, though. So, yeah, I know, Tessa. Yeah, either with unanimous consent, either hell is about to freeze over or, like, we're going to get hit by an asteroid or something. Like, that does not happen. I will just tell you this. Politicians agreeing with each other? No. That's not a thing. But that just shows that space is for everyone. Everyone. All of you. You, and you. Space for everybody. Isn't that cool? It's good. Look at this. Oh, man. Dude. Okay, so, Bandit, I'll tell you what. I won't put Bill up here just yet. Okay? But Bill almost warrants being up here. You know why? Because in 2011, he said that saving $30 billion was dumb. He said that They're like, we want to cancel the Constellation. He's like, you want to what? What? No, no, that's stupid. That's dumb. Why would, what? Yeah, he thought canceling Constellation was stupid, and he was very vocally opposed to it. And Neil Armstrong and Gene Cernan backed him up. So, yeah. Bandit, he hasn't earned a spot up here yet, but he's almost earned a spot up here, okay? Yeah, I know, Green, I know. That's also really good for the budget stuff. Shows a bit that Rule 8 likes NASA's trajectory. Yeah, Novus, guys, I'll be real with you. I was a little worried. I was worried that we were going to get Constellation again, but I don't think that's going to happen here. I really don't. I really think everyone's on board here. And I think we're sitting pretty right now. Are you going to put a Soyuz launch anytime soon? Am I going to put a Soyuz launch? I'd assume you're talking about back here. Yeah, maybe. There are a few reasons for it, but essentially Nelson's position is inconsequential in the Rule 8 realm. I think you're way overestimating the earning of the 100-0 vote for him. Yep, alright, fine, we're screwed then. Yep, we're screwed. Everybody's screwed. Panic then. Hellfish, let's just do that instead. You think that's good for the stream? Think that's healthy? Yep, nope, this is terrible. This is terrible news for NASA. We're screwed. We're gonna get Constellation again. Yep, terrible news. I'm picnicking right now. No, I understand. I understand that this doesn't mean that we're out of the woods yet, but we are. Everything's going on the right track. I get it. I get it, dude. I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, I gotcha. But hey, give me this at least. This is not the worst. This is not the worst case scenario, man. This is not the worst case scenario, man. This could be way freaking worse. How fearful are you of a Baran-esque incident? Nah. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, Bill, BT Phil, I'm with you. I'm with you. Jim, so... Novus did some digging in the Broad Agency announcements the other day, and guess what we figured out? You guys want to hear something crazy? So, did you see how HLS was going under Next Step 2? This is a little bit of a subject change, okay? Did you see how NASA did the RFI for HLS missions under Next Step 2? Guess what? Guess who thought of that? I'll wait. Guess when that was incorporated into the Broad Agency announcements. It was done in 2019. Guess who did that? Dude, not only did he fight more for NASA, but he safeguarded NASA's policy. Yeah, crazy.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
DAS, I mean, DAS is good, yeah. Fighting Monster, 42-month resub. Yeah. So, yeah, not bad. Pretty much, Bram. It was you, yeah, right? I don't know, I think Tori Stash did it. Yep. Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried here, guys. I'll be 100% candid. I'm not worried. Anyway, moving on to the next news here. So, Blue Origin released a video today. Let's see what Blue's up to. Let's see what they're up to. This video is from Blue Origin proper, and it's called It's Time.
Here we go. Guys, how exciting is this? Come on.
Yeah, they're all driving Rivians and Fords.
Looks good in there.
Yeah, I did, drummer. Rivian got a big investment from Amazon. Yeah, I know. So, I think that's a pretty good indicator that the next New Shepard flight is going to fly people. Yep. Get in on it? Oh, God. Jeez, yeah, that's weird. You telling me nobody's bought a seat yet? Well, they haven't opened the seats up yet. Space news has been crazy lately. Yep. Suborbit. Yeah, New Shepard is suborbital. Yep. I literally just got a notification that Blue Origin is selling New Shepard flights next week, like 30 seconds ago. Nice. Nice, Thomas. Forge, what's that? What's this? Yeah, it didn't sound right. Yeah, Elvis, right? Guys, if you guys ever give me 200 grand, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of that's going to student loans, and then I'll figure out a way to get the rest to go into space. Man. Raptor is gone, reduced to atoms. Yeah, that didn't sound good, Forge. Okay, so what else do we got here? We'll get to that in a second. There is a bit of there's Starship stuff, and we'll check that out in a second. Here, this one is the Russians are testing out a new missile. All right, drummer. Da-dum. 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 Dun 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 dun. Link, please. I'll check it in. I'll give you guys a second. Yeah, that didn't work. Where'd it go?
Discovery, go and
So this is coming from a Twitter user, Rob Lee here. Well, it looks like the Pacific Fleet's Marshal Shaposnikov Project 1155 reclassified frigate did have a malfunction during tests with a failed Caliber missile launch. I think it gimbal locked, guys. Seriously, it looked like it gimbal locked. It looked like the nozzle got stuck over there and it just kept going like that. Or the SAS was off. We've had an anomaly. We need to secure the area? Alright. What else do we got? It was range terminated, Phil. Is that built by Jeb? Oh, yeah. How long would it take you to recreate a Starlink constellation in KSP? That would take a while. Yeah, Hammer Tech. Tessa, what do you want? Ship. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Yeah, the captain was like, no. All forward. You know? Alright, so. Yeah, Dave, yeah. Alright, we got check this out. So you want to see something interesting? What do you guys make of this one? So this is coming from Anatoly Zak. Anatoly Zak runs Russian Spaceweb. Russian Spaceweb is basically the NASA space flight for anything going on in the Russian program. Okay? He says, according to my sources, Roscosmos tried to convince China to increase orbital inclination of its station at very little cost so Russia could add its modules and send transport ships. China refused. Huh. Can't they launch 44 degrees for Vostochny? Yeah, but they can't launch people from there. But anyone can come to the station. Yeah. I don't think so, Aeronor. Dudes, yeah. Cape Canaveral could launch to that station, LQ2. Yeah, sure. I mean, I wish them all the best, but I could have told you that this kind of stuff was going to happen. I could have, I mean, like I said this. I'm like, don't do it. Don't work with him, man. But all right, hey. Scott's video about it from today. All right, let's hear what Scott has to say about it. Hello, everyone. Scott Manley here.
Hello, it's Scott Manley here. Last night, China's space program took a massive step forward with the launch of their first.
I'm not going to show the picture. I'm not going to show the picture, guys. You want to go like and subscribe to Scott's YouTube channel.
Space station. This took off from Wenchang spacecraft launch facility on Hainan Island. It lifted off on a Long March 5B rocket. This is, I believe it's the largest rocket that China has right now. It is a cryogenically fueled rocket which has 4 boosters around the outside burning argon and liquid oxygen. That gives them the high thrust to get them off the pad. And then the core is liquid hydrogen and oxygen. And this was able to carry the 20-ton module all the way into orbit without any further staging. So that core stage where the engines were lit on the ground made it all the way to orbit. And we don't see that very often. Like the last spacecraft that really did that was the space shuttle, right? It used to be all the rage, of course, back in the 60s or 50s when they weren't sure that they could actually light rocket engines in flight. But yeah, obviously a great step forward for them to get this into space. So this core is going to be part of a multi-module space station. There's at least 2 other modules which will be coming in the future. But before those arrive, we're going to get cargo and crew delivered. So
It's weird.
It launched into a 42-degree orbit because although the initial launch site, which was Wenchang Island, is about 20 degrees from the equator, the crew launch facilities is Jiquan spaceport, and that launches on the Long March 2F. That is the current launch vehicle for the Shenzhou. So they had to launch it to the southeast so that when it hit orbit, it had like a 42-degree inclination, and that way it can be reached from these two major Chinese launch facilities. So right now it was put into orbit. It's currently raising its orbit into a circularized orbit. The booster is going to decay over the coming weeks, and then we're going to see it send up a cargo spacecraft. So the cargo spacecraft is the Tianzhu, and that launches also from Wenchang, and that is actually based on their smaller space stations. So China has previously flown two space stations, Tiangong 1 and 2, and these were very small space stations. Their launch mass was something about 10 tons, which is comparable to that of a Dragon or a Starliner, albeit that Dragon and Starliner are optimized to keep crew alive for re-entry, whereas these stations are just optimized to provide space for the crew to do their science and experiments and get experience in space. So the first module
I know what you mean,
this new space station, which actually I believe maybe...
I'm going to pause for a second. Pray, you see the paint coming off the boosters on the Long March 5? Paint coming off the boosters, thermal insulation hanging off the back of the boosters. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Called Tiangong when it's completely assembled. The module itself is called Tianhe. I hope my pronunciation isn't too bad. I know it's very hard to do Mandarin properly, but I'm going to endeavor because you've got to respect this. So yeah, the core module, I believe, is pretty much a licensed copy or derivative of the Russian-Soviet DOS design, which is what Salyut 1 and onwards were based on. There's these modules which have a very similar design. They were used in many of the Russian stations. It was the core module of the Mir space station, and the Zvezda service module on the International Space Station is also an example of this design. So Tianhe is going to include multiple docking ports. It has 5 docking ports. It includes power, it has propulsion so it can maintain orbit, it has all the avionics and sensors and everything it needs to fly, and it has room for some equipment racks, has life support, so it will be able to support crew until the other modules arrive. So yeah, we're going to see a Tianzhu dock with it, and then in June we're going to see a launch from Jiquan, which will have a crew of 3, I believe, on a Shenzhou. And that will go to the station and dock to the Nadir port, and then they'll start, doing science in space. I mean, they'll probably be doing more engineering preparing it. It is interesting that this module, although it was based on a design that was supposed to be flown on the Proton rocket, the Long March 5 has a wider fairing. So there's a lot of stuff that's attached on the surface that makes it sort of bulkier inside the fairing. When the Russian modules went up to the space station, they did have to do a lot of EVAs to attach stuff that couldn't fit because it had to fit inside the fairings, whereas there's a bunch of stuff here that's already there, already deployed, which I think will simplify some of their operations. It includes a robotic manipulator arm as well, and that will be essential when the modules come later on. So the core module is about 20 tons. Sometime next year, there are 2 science modules called Wengtian and Mengtian. Again, pronunciation question. Now, there are 5 docking ports. There's the fore and aft, there's port and starboard, and there's a nadir port on the bottom. And by the way, on the top side where you might think there's a docking port, that is where the hatch is for the airlock. So if they need to do EVAs, they will be using that. But only the port and starboard docking adapters don't have the navigational and communications gear that will be needed for the automated docking of the new modules. So those are designed to come in and
just
dock
a video,
to the forward port. And
here, I'll put the link to the video, guys.
The crew will use the manipulator arm to undock them and shift them around to the port or starboard. And when all 3 modules are together in space, I think the space station will have a mass of about 60 tons. Although, based on quotes I've heard, it's not clear if that includes the mass of Shenzhou as well. I suspect that the whole thing is probably 20 ton per module. That would make most sense given the capabilities of the Long March. So look, this is going to be a 60-ton space station, making it the 4th largest space station ever built after Mir, International Space Station and Skylab, but it is going to be 6 times larger than what China has previously flown, and it is open to international partners. They've already announced experiments that are going to fly from many European nations. Only the US has this, political block that stops the US from working with any Chinese space program, whereas other countries don't have this, and they're already coming up with plans. One thing that, however, in the last few weeks, of course, again, Russia was making a lot of noise about abandoning the International Space Station, perhaps working with the Chinese. That was something they very specifically said. And according to Anatoly Zuk, they actually made some approaches to China to say, can you change the inclination of your space station? Because
I'll try it, Tom.
42 degrees is fine for China to get there. It's fine for the US to get there, but it's too far south for any of the Russian launch facilities. Baikonur is 45 degrees north, but if you remember, it has to launch slightly to the northeast to avoid overflying China. Now, sure, I guess if they were working with China, they might get permission, but I don't think that's going to happen, because that would require like a 3-degree dogleg maneuver, which is probably beyond what Soyuz will manage, and I don't think they're planning to bring any of the new spacecraft to Baikonur. Yeah, not sure how that works out, but yeah, it's obviously going to be interesting to watch. Now, so right now it's on this 42-degree orbit, which brings it over. It won't fly over Britain. You'll be able to see it if you're in the south of Europe. You'll be able to see it over most of the US. I think Canada's too far south. Right now, if you look up in the morning, that's the time to see it. That's the time if you're this far north. In the south, you'll see it during in the evening. So the launch of the Chinese space station now means that we are going to be seeing the return of Chinese astronauts to orbit, or taikonauts, as some people like to call them. And right now we have 11 people on the International Space Station, which is a high for a very long time. But the record of people simultaneously in space is 13.
God dang Southern Canadians.
Which was like back in 2009, where we had a space shuttle with 7 and 2 fully loaded Soyuz crews, which was 6. So it's possible later this year we will see more people in space than we've ever seen before. We'll possibly have 3 people on the Chinese space station, and it's possible we will have 2 Dragon spacecraft and maybe 1 or 2 Soyuz. Now, it could be that we have 2 Dragon spacecraft docked to the space station, but in September, Inspiration 4 will be flying their crew of 4 on their own unique orbit, while Crew 2 is still docked to the space station. Crew 3 are going up, I believe, in October, so that's another option. So I think this year we're going to break the record on the number of humans simultaneously in space, and also we're going to have 2 space stations occupied at the same time. Which, this is the sci-fi future we want, right? We want to have lots of people working in space stations and doing things. It's also worth pointing out that the Chinese station is being built using docking adapters, which are derived from the International Docking System Standard, which is itself largely compatible with the APAS, the Androgynous Peripheral Attachment System. And this means that mechanically, the docking systems on Dragon and Starliner are broadly similar and possibly compatible with those on the Chinese station. Now, that's not going to happen for political reasons right now, but you never know. In the future, maybe there's some way to bring China's work into the international community in a way that the US is happy, and we get this glorious future of humanity working in space together and solving all our problems. That's the future I want. So I'm going to say, congratulations to China on getting your first module into space. I hope that things go well, and I hope that we can, in fact, figure out how to work together in space. I'm Scott Manley.
Fly safe. The reason why I wanted to hear that is I wanted to hear what Scott had to say about China. So China was the Russians were like, hey, put your space station in a different inclination so we can get our modules there and we can work together. And China said, no. Oh, great. It updated when it was still made from dirt. How interesting that U.S.-based systems are compatible to launch, but China said no to Russia. Yeah, it's definitely peculiar. Okay, so... Guys, here's the thing, alright? You gotta... The reason why the U.S. doesn't... Well, the reason why we don't work with China is because of a business deal in the 90s that went down not good. Why would Russia want to leave the ISS? The modules are getting old, amongst other things, RJ. I think that the space telescope that China's planning for the space station is pretty cool. Similar aperture to Hubble, but a much wider field of view. You can also rendezvous and dock with the CSS for servicing, which is a really good idea. Neat. So how this went down is that China, in the 90s, China had Long March and it was very cheap comparatively to like Delta II, comparatively like everything. So the US authorized Viasat, I think it was Viasat, to go over there and launch a payload on a Long March 3, okay? This was in 97, I think. This was Intelsat 708 from February 15th, 1996. So, the Intelsat guys went over, and they made the satellite compatible with Long March, and they upgraded Long March using all these advanced guided systems from the West. Alright, Novas. Ad Astra. Yeah, buddy. They are hot swappable, Kuro. They have racks inside of the modules. So, they integrated Viasat, not Viasat, Intelsat. They integrated all the systems. They upgraded Long March, and the guys of cooperation, right? We did this in the 90s. You want to see what the rocket did? Here you go. Have fun. So there it is. There's the Long March 3. The rocket crashed into a nearby village. The Chinese government promptly took all the American engineers and all the people from Intelsat that were working on the project and promptly deported all of them. Right after that happened. They drove them through a village, and the buses that they were on, they blacked the windows out. I'm not making this up. You can go look it up. I'm not making it up. There's footage of it all over the place. So we said, well, all right, I guess that didn't work. And then a little bit later, we found out that Chinese ICBMs had a very similar guidance system in them that looked an awful lot like the one that we installed on the Long March rocket. Yeah. They took that tech and put it in their ICBMs. That's why we don't work with China. I bet the satellite wasn't on board as well. So, I see people saying, "Why doesn't the U.S. want to work with China? That's so stupid." Well, people are easy. People don't know the history. They don't know the history. They don't know that this stuff happened. There's a reason why. We wouldn't just say, "No, screw them. We don't like them." There's a reason why. This went down pretty bad, and China ended up using an ITAR thing on ICBMs. They basically, we extended an olive branch out to them, and yeah, we gave them an inch, they took a mile. That's what happened. That's why we don't work with them on things. And then later they had the balls to ask us, "Hey, can we become part of the? Can we be part of the ISS?" And we said, "No, get away from us." Remember that one time? And they were like, "Fine, we'll do it ourselves." I'm like, "All right, bye." Do you have the NFL draft open? No, no. Also, since this was a U.S.-built satellite, Ford Aerospace, Loral, Space Systems, Loral, Maxar gave them a bunch of our satellite technology for that mission, too. Actually, what happened afterwards is nearly 600 people were killed. Intelsat helped them with the updated system. China took the systems and added them to their ICBMs. How is that any different than what I said? How do we find out about the ICBM thing? Science. So, like I said, guys, there's a reason why. There's a reason why we don't do that stuff. You know? And it sucks. It sucks. It sucks that it has to be that way, but it's very interesting. Anyway, let's keep going. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Additional equipment and systems and units for adaptation of the launch complex of the Vostochny Cosmodrome for the development of the promising spacecraft Oryol will start before the end of April. Ruslan Mukhamadzanov, General Director of... I told TASS about it. So wait, what are they doing now? Let me see. Additional equipment and systems and units for adaptation of the launch complex for Vostochny. Oh, they're gonna start getting Vostochny ready to launch people from. That's pretty good. It looks like Starliner. Yeah, it's not. It just bears a passing resemblance, man. Trust me on that one. So, yeah, interesting. They're gonna get Vostochny ready to launch people. That's pretty cool. I really like Oryol for some reason. It's okay. When is Starliner going to have a chance to go to the ISS? Apatox, the only thing keeping Starliner from the ISS right now is not delays in the program. It's not bad design or anything. Literally, they don't have enough docking ports. That's the reason. The next open docking port's going to be in the summer, and that's when you'll see OFT2 go off. Boeing themselves and said, "Hey, we're ready to go. You guys don't have enough docking ports." I mean, Dave, we acted out of good faith, and they took advantage of it. It's pretty straightforward stuff. They have an Intelsat guidance system in all their rockets, and they still can't figure out how not to land stages on people. All right. That must be annoying for Boeing. Yeah, Josh, it's certainly not ideal. I mean, for what it's worth, guys, I like Starliner. I'll just go right and say it. I know that. I mean, I've said that since before the OFT. I think Starliner is a good design. If you really want my honest opinion. It's not anything more than what it has to be.
Discovery,
it has some software bugs. Yeah, sure. Of course. Yeah, Forge, that's definitely what's going on. Hey, Adam, 44-month resub. Yo, what up, dude? Yeah, I mean, Zwishio now they do. But yeah, I've liked Starliner's design. I think it's good. It's not complicated. It's like Starliner's if you wanted what like a modern day Apollo capsule would look like. And that's not to say that it's copying the Apollo capsule in any way, shape, or form. It is 100% clean sheet design. It's trying to solve the same problem. You know? I mean, RJ, they're paying for OFT2 out of pocket, $400 million for that launch. You freaking dug your own grave, lie in it. I need your advice real quick. On the front roof of the Apple Store, full block slabs or slabs a half step down? Let me see. Slab's a half step down, if I'm picturing it correctly. You know what I'm waiting for? When NASA starts the Phase 2 Commercial Crew Seed Program and the Price Force starts. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go over to NSF and we'll... Well, first of all, I want to show you guys this. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 moment. I gotta find it. I'm waiting. I'm scrubbing through something. You like the clickety noise. Don't lie. Here.
There goes the chase plane overhead.
Check that out. She's flying again.
Wow. Look at that. That's amazing, Jack.
And it's in the air again for the second time ever.
Is that for carrying things or people? What you guys are looking at is rock. Rock is what's called a strato launcher. This thing, they're doing test flights with it right now. What this thing is designed to do is hold some type of rocket right here in the center and launch that sucker into space. It is the biggest plane in the world by wingspan. So its wings are wider than an Antonov 225, but it's not as long. Pretty crazy, huh? It did another test flight today, and NSF, as always, had the coverage. So, this thing has six motors on it. 747 engines. They were jerry-rigged from 747s because it's at Mojave, which is funny. It could also transport rapid rocket parts, right? I mean, it could. Sure. Do we have landing footage? That's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Whoa, man.
All right, here we go. Let's see what they do this time.
What the hell?
It looks low and slow right now.
Dude.
Oh, wow. That shot.
Is it gonna touch down?
Oh, this might be it.
Right wheels are down, left wheels are down.
Yeah, you land one side of the plane before the other side?
That's what they did last time as well.
Dude.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's a big plane. Wow. Wind turbines.
Really looked like the right-hand wheels were down for a significant amount of time before we saw smoke from the left-hand side.
That's freaking ridiculous, dude. Holy crap. Did you see that? Unbelievable. And so that happened today as well. And then there was the core stage offload. Here. Which we already kind of talked about, but also at the same time. Oh my God, man. Oh, yeah. We already kind of talked about this, but I wanted to show the video. We can kind of do a little bit of a time lapse. Holy crap. Oh, my goodness. Bruh. Look at the size of that thing. Holy crap, that's a big booster. Oh, sorry, I keep swooning over it. Oh. Burbs. So, this is the first time an SLS core has entered the VAB. They put it in the transfer aisle, and they're gonna do a refurb real quick. Refurb should take a week, 2 weeks at best, and then you'll see it stacked. They want it stacked by the end of May. No banana for scale? I don't think so. There's the Launch Control Center. That's the LCC over there. Firing 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there it goes into the VAB. When do you think first rollout is going to be? End of May, so about a month. Dude, that is insane. They're moving it into the transfer aisle. Wow. Dude, that's nuts. All right, so that also happened today. And then I think we'll move into let's just watch the Starship video. Let's see what we got. They need to fix that VAB TV though. Are they gonna static fire it? They already did, Jazzus. They did a green run. Elon, I got an idea. SpaceX Stadium. Who's this guy? Oh, he's the UCF. Yeah, he's the UCF coach. That's a good idea. Forge, that's funny. All right. So, guys, the big news here is that the FAA granted a launch license for SN15 and 16 and 17. The reason why they granted a blanket license to fly these vehicles is because they're all very similar in architecture. So, let me pause this for a second. Crane. They're all very similar, so they granted blanket licensing. And so SpaceX basically has the green light to fly 15, 16, and 17 when they're ready to go. Now, what did I tell you? I told you they would adapt. You just got to give them some time, and that's exactly what they did. 18 and 19 have been scrapped. Yeah, I think so. 20 is the next big thing. So, Starlink mission on May 4th we'll be using at 1049.9, which will be its 9th flight. Crazy. Do you think the fact it's now a contracted NASA moonlander being developed being developed and tested now helped at all? NASA was already paying SpaceX to figure out new technologies, Gorn. I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think it had everything to do with the FAA changing around how they do licensing a couple of months ago. Another thing that Jim and the National Space Flight Council added. Just saying. So, yeah, I think it had way more to do with that. And, you know, everybody was dumping on the FAA. They're playing ball, dude. We're good. The FCC also gave SpaceX permission to use Starlink's antenna for SN15. Cool. Also this. What's that, Forge? Oh, cool. The first 20 seconds of the rollout is from inside of the barge. Yeah, we're gonna have to show that. The FAA concerned about safety, Swishio? Please tell me more. Looks like it's a little windy out there. Look at the hooks on the crane. Just so many shiny things. What's up, boss? Been getting ready for my move, but have you seen the petition for Gateway to be named after Collins? Yeah, I did, Devlin. Yeah, gotta sign that thing. How much of the FAA delays had to do with the reorganization that they did in December? Not much. There's some bad weather moving into South Texas. Today's a hell of a day for hardware. Yep. It is, Audrey. You're not wrong. It's amazing. Dude, there's an SLS in the VAB. Oh my goodness. It's so... like... SN15's out there. SN16's almost ready. Like, oh my god. BN2 is almost... like, this is nuts. This is nuts, dude. Nice, Forge. There you go. Come play War Thunder with you? My pick. No, I'm tired, man. I got it, Hell Hydra. Thank you. SN5 and SN6 at the scrapyard. That's a shame. They stacked an Atlas in one day. It's funny, Forge. Atlas can go fast, dude. So can Delta. Delta was designed to go quickly. I've seen how it goes together. It's designed to be put together very fast. Because Atlas 5 and Delta 4 were built for a launch. They were built for a launch market that was supposed to be crazy. They anticipated people building crazy satellite constellations, and then the dot-com bubble happened, and that was the end of that. Atlas can go together very quickly if they wanted to. Delta can go together even faster. How long will it take? End of the month, Ryan. End of the month. And then Elon happened, yeah, right? They're still working on the launch table. Yeah, nice Camaro. Camaro. A new invention from General Motors. I actually like that style of Camaro, to be honest with you. It's not a bad car. Dodge. Yeah, see, Vector mounts right there. See those? If the dot-com bubble didn't burst, we probably would have had Starlink by now. That's right. The dot-com bubble crashed the launch market, guys. A lot of folks don't know that. Well, I tell you what, I'm just gonna go here and make sure that these dang old ratchet straps are down. And then I'm gonna take this thing back up to McGregor because that's what it said on the side. Oh, fun. Return to McGregor. Definitely. You have a package coming? I like that they brought back the old school grills for the Stang and the Camaro. Yeah, yeah. Me too. All right. Cryo shell here. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? There's going to be another 3mm test tank. Interesting, Thomas. Ah, dang it, Bobby. It always surprised me how many people don't know how to properly use a ratchet strap. Freaking savage, bro. I know what you mean, dude. They're like, dude, he just, that's all you gotta do. That's it. It's so true, man. McGregor wants a crate back. Don't be stealing their crates. Well, I'll tell you what, boy. If I catch anybody stealing my SpaceX branded McGregor crates, I'm gonna just go at them like a propane spider monkey. King of the Hill gets funnier the older I get. I know what you mean. Wookie, if you weren't my son, I'd give you a hug. Ratchet straps are like USB. It automatically goes in the wrong way the first time. Hey, Flykin, what's up? Duh. Look, a tube inside of a tube. Yep. Well, they got the work light out right there. These guys putting down more rebar. Big concrete slabs here. I think this is the electrical house, but I'm still not sure. That's the building that had all the conduits coming up through the floor. So if it had electrical conduits going through the floor, I'm pretty sure that that's where the water is stored, right? Because electricity and water, right? Raptors lose, yeah, right? Dude, look at the fucking integration tower. Man, how many GSE tanks are going to be out there? Holy crap. You know, I just never really noticed. Whoa, that dirt berm is high. Only testing in McGregor. Right. So all the precision parts are made in McGregor. No. Owens, most of SpaceX's flight hardware, engines, whatnot, that's all made in Hawthorne, California, and then, as Boss said, it's tested out there. It's tested out there in Texas. Now, I know what you're going to ask. I know what people are going to ask. Why build it in California and then test it in Texas? Why would you do that? Well, the McGregor testing site was World War II armory. It was a munitions armory. And then after that, so it was a test site for testing out all different types of munitions too. And then after that, a company in the 90s called Beale Aerospace, which was a private startup company that was trying to make a civilian rocket that gets into space. Sound familiar? Beale Aerospace bought some land out there, and they started testing all their rockets out there in Texas. And they went belly up in the early 2000s, and when Elon Musk came into the fold, you know, when in 2002 comes around, when he makes SpaceX and Tesla, right? He I mean, there wasn't very many full like fledged test site facilities around, you know, on the market. Those only come few and far between. So he bought it, and it's been SpaceX's testing site since 2002. It's the Bluebonnet Ordnance Plant. There you go. That's what it was called. I was blanking on the name, Devlin. How many GSC tanks you need? Yes. How do space engineers make pipe bends so tight without crimping one end? A mandrel. You use a mandrel, and like in pipe bending, okay, you take your time with pipe bending. You take your time. Take it from somebody that's used a pipe bender before. If you go fast, you'll kink the pipe. You measure twice, you cut once. Well, not cut once. You measure twice and you bend once, and when you bend, you go slow. What's a mandrel? It's like a hemispherical piece that you'd use to bend pipes around. SpaceX pays McGregor close to $5 million each year. Cool. It says, what does NASA do between when the stack is done in the June of it? Yeah, pad checkouts. That's right. Devlin's got it. You still have a lot of the old munitions bunkers around the site. Cool. McGregor has some very nice schools and cop cars now. Well, couldn't be from a little bit higher tax revenue, boss, could it? Nah, no, I don't think so. Like this? Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, Beale's actually... Nah, no way. Yeah, no, I'm probably wrong. Yeah, Core, exactly. Beale actually had some pretty cool ideas. It sucks that it folded, but also we kind of got SpaceX because of it, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, that hydrogen peroxide engine was gnarly. Just back it up. Picture of SN-16 in the high bay. Okay, I'll check that out after this. Go look at the blue left again. The blue lift again? What is that kinked up thing? I don't... This is a man basket. Beale's website is still up? Well, now that we've said something, it's about to not be. Man basket? No, this is the man basket. Yeah, right. Yeah, static fire knocked some tiles off, huh? I love how the cranes are riding around on the SPMTs, and the cranes always look like they're just... Yeah, I'm riding around on this, so what? So what? Yeah, I'm gonna ride on this. Oh, man. They're still cleaning up. They're still cleaning up 11. Dude. 7 dudes to pick that piece up. That's insane. Team lift. Man, that thing's heavy. Yeah, I know, man. It's probably real heavy. That guy's on the phone like, yeah, hi. I found another piece of debris. All right, we'll pick it up. Yeah, you know, there's a funny story about that, you know. Please send help. Yeah, it's kind of big. Well, now that you mention it. So that looks like parts of the thrust structure and everything, huh? Dude, it's mangled beyond freaking recognition. I don't know what that is. So it's a reinforced bulkhead, whatever, or reinforced barrel, whatever it is. The thing is toast. Yeah, I don't think. Can you guys come get a truck or a Nope. Oh, there we go. No, it is the back. That is the thrust structure because one of the landing legs is still chilling out there. Oh, this guy's like, hey, I brought a pail. Does that help? No, man. What are we gonna use a pail for? Yeah, right, Thomas. It's true. I brought a bucket. Found anything yet? Not a thing, sir. So, okay. This is wetlands, guys. So, you can't drive the truck in this stuff. It's swamp. The second you drive a truck onto this sand, it's just... That's it. Bolts. Yeah, right. That's why they haven't picked up this debris. You can't get at it. There's nothing you could do to get at that thing. See, that's the reason why they needed like 7 guys to go out there and grab that piece. That looks like a piece of the nose cone. Send in the helicopter. It's too windy. Why don't they use airboats? Actually, that's not a bad idea. Hey, DIA, what's up? You know what they need? They need a Sherp. Anybody know what a Sherp is? Spare ribs. Yeah, get a Ural out here. I was just gonna say that. A Sherp. Yeah. Yeah, get a Sherp. It's a real life Tonka truck, man. Just call Rich. Yep. Cyber Sherp. Yep. That thing can go over everything. This isn't StarCraft. What? Sherp off. The USFWS. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably be a little mad about that. Didn't Top Gear buy one of those? I don't know. Sherp you! What's up, man? I'm not allowed to play with my Playtwalks. Nobody wants to play with me. Thomas is last. Well, what? You guys always say see last, but you never ask to see my last. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Thomas. Yeah. Yeah, you see the truck that got stuck? You can't drive into this stuff. It's just, it looks solid, but it's mud. And the only reason that there's tire tracks on it is because people were driving around on this when it was dry. If you see water, like you could, like, look at the difference. This right here where my finger is, that's dry. From here over, that's not dry. You'll sink into that. Especially if you don't have any mud tires. That was a scary good, Chris. Yeah. Sharp yo. It's been raining all week. Yeah, I hear you, man. See next. Oh. The Sherp's tires float as well. That's right. Raptors loose, dudes. Yeah. You like that? Like for me, it's not loaded. What do you mean? Wait. Hold on. Is that a Z140? Alleviated titanium. New Charger Salt model. Yeah. Lucky for me, it's not loaded. What do you mean it's not loaded? Well, you gotta push the little yellow button to load it. Give me the cash! That's a very dangerous gun. I'm just gonna hold on to that for you, okay? No, take it! I don't need it! It's a very nice hat. You like that? Ah! Stop, you're gonna make me rewatch Fifth Element again. My bad, my bad. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. It's automatic. It's fully semi-automatic. Don't shoot, chat. I didn't shoot. Targets to shoot to kill, shoot to wound. Turn one target into 4. Negative. Meat popsicle. Oh my gosh, it's got an invisible Nerf gun. It's got a cloaking device. Impossible. No Nerf gun that small as a cloaking device. Change the clips on my fully semi-auto. Yeah, okay, we'll do. That's cringe. That was cringe saying that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, with replay, another Zorg invention, it's even easier. Fire and replay sends all the following shots to the same location. And to finish the job off, auto Zorg oldies with goldies. Rocket launcher, air launcher, the flame tip, poisonous tip heads, our famous net launcher, the always efficient flamethrower, my favorite. And to finish the job off, the all new Ice Cube system. You own an M1 Garand, so I can legally say clip. I have clips of me on Twitch, so I can legally say clip. Destroyed. Is that a one-of-a-kind, fully semi-full automatic? Yep. He told me not to talk to you, not to disturb you unless it's Mr. Shadow, and, well, it's Mr. Shadow on the line. Alright, I made some progress on the Apple Store in Mount Sia. Okay. It looks good. This is coming along very nicely. Alright. When an Englishman can do a better Southern drawl than an American. Gary Oldman is not an Englishman. Gary Oldman is an entity, okay? He's just an entity, okay? We're warriors, not birds. But you can still count! Look, it's easy. Look at my fingers. 4 stones, 4 crates. Alright, I think we got everything. There's a couple more things here and there. So RGV had some pictures here of the site, of the launch site as of today. Man, that thing's going up quick. Tessa, Gary Oldman exists on a higher plane of existence than a mere mortal. Like, that's just the reality of that situation. Oh yeah, here we also have this for spec. Take a look for the spec news. Kobe, come on, my man. What's the thing with all these numbers? No, Audrey, I am a meat popsicle. Well, the Bears just drafted Justin Fields. I know, Tessa, it's kind of weird, actually. Him and Christian Bale. It's just bizarre. Oh. So, can I give this some music or something? Like... That's awesome. How's your head? It hurts. It still hurts a lot, but yeah. So there's some more B-roll footage from the SLS core stage moving. See last. I'm sorry, I was jamming, man. I was jamming. Is it just me, or does China go extremely fast when they dock two modules together? Almost afraid if it will start breaking it apart. No. I just thought it was funny, the paint coming off of their rocket last night from aerodynamics. The paint was coming off the rocket on the way up. Anybody else notice that? Did you see what I last linked you? No? What did you do to your noggin? I stayed up to watch that entire thing, Entropy. I'm running on like 1 hour of sleep. 1. Like maybe 2 at best. To be fair, Rocket Lab's decals come off too. Oh yeah, do parts fly off the bottom of the rocket on their stuff too, Swishio? Because that's what happened. Watch the left booster on the way up from the Long March 5. I am being fair. You're not. Boom. Destroyed, dog. No. I've been working on a Crew 1 mission infographic. Oh, cool. Very nice, Lavi. Even my fumes are running on fumes. Yeah. China stole the paint tech from Dodge's trucks in the night. Oh, boy. So, alright. Okay. Hi, being fair, I'm Falcon Punch. No. Yeah, Switchio, no, I know. The paint coming off the rocket doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the thing friggin' works, but they did have some problems. Like, I could see that there were pieces flying off the rocket. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for me tonight. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm running off 1 hour. Well, at least maybe not get some sleep. Maybe, I don't know, we could play Minecraft for a little while if you want. I need something that's just doesn't require too much of my brain. You know, I might actually just chill and go play Minecraft for a little bit. But, yeah. Anyway, so tomorrow, regular schedule resumes. I just needed a couple of days to kind of regroup from Monday's nightmare. So, that's the space news for the day. And, let's see who's still streaming. Let's see if we can go raid somebody. What happened with the Chinese launch? It worked. It's in space. So N9 is playing Kerbal right now. Let's go see what N9 and N8 are up to.